Welcome to our calculus crash course, where we'll tackle the foundational formulas that form the building blocks of calculus. In this video, we are going to focus on the first four fundamental formulas, which is the derivative of constant, power rule, constant of multiple rule, the sum rule. These concepts are essential for understanding more complex calculus topics, for mastering them is a key to success in calculus and beyond. Get ready to strengthen your calculus skill as we break down each formula and provide clear examples to guide you through step by step. Let's start with the first one. In this case, we're going to start with the derivative of a constant. When we say derivative of a constant in calculus, it's denoted by d all over dx into bracket of c, and this is simply going to be 0. The derivative of a constant is always 0. Let's take an example. Let's say f of x be equals to 5, and you're asked to find f prime of x. How can we solve this problem? In this case, f prime of x is simply going to be d over dx into bracket of 5. Since we said everything is going to be 0, and the final answer is going to be 0. So this is it for this problem. The next thing we have is power rule. In this case, in power rule, we are going to have d all over dx into bracket of x to the power of n. This is simply going to be d multiplied by x to the power of n minus 1. The derivative of a power function x to the power of n is obtained by bringing down the exponent and reducing the exponent by 1. Okay, let's take an example. Let's say we're given g of x, which is going to be x to the power of 3, and you are asked to find g prime of x. How can you solve this problem? In this case, the solution to this problem, which is where g prime of x is simply going to be d all over dx into what x to the power of 3, which is equals to 3x to the power of 2. Since we say the derivative of a power function x to the power of n is obtained by bringing down the exponent and reducing the exponent by 1. Next thing we have on the list is constant multiple rule. So this is it for this problem. The constant multiple rule is being denoted by d all over dx into bracket of c of x into bracket of x, which is simply going to be c multiplied by d over dx into bracket of f x, that is function f of x. The derivative of a constant times a function is equal to the constant multiplied by the derivative of the function. Let's take an example with, let's say we're given h of x, which is equal to 2x to the power of 2. And you are asked to find h prime of x. How can you solve this problem? In this case, we can say h prime of x is simply going to be d all over dx as what 2x to the power of 2, which is the same thing as saying 2, which c is 2 here, multiplied by d over dx is constant. The same thing into bracket of x, that is the function to the power of 2. Okay, in this case, this is going to be 2 multiplied by 2x, which is the same thing as saying 4x. The last thing we have on the list is the summation rule or sum rule, which is sum rule. In sum rule, it's been denoted by d all over dx as function f of x, right? As function f of x plus g of x is simply going to be d over dx as function f of x plus d over dx as g of x. The derivative of the sum of the two functions is equal to the sum of their derivative. Let's take an example. Let's say we have f of x as what? X to the power of 2. And we have other different problem, which is g of x is equals to 3x. And we are asked to find what? D over dx as what? F of x plus what? G of x. How can we solve this problem? In this case, we're going to say d all over dx as function f of x plus g all over x. This is simply going to be d over dx into bracket of x squared plus 3x, which is equals to d over dx into bracket of x to the power of 2 plus d over dx, which is going to be 3x equals to 2x plus 3. And this is it for this problem.